Hello everyone, this is Suzanne at The Gospel Truth. Wow, what a month May has been for us. Lots of things going on, a lot of unexpected things creeped in, and we're going to talk about this today. What happens when those scary times come? How do you handle it? Who do you run to? You can't run away from it, so let's talk about how you handle it. And it's great to be back. I've missed you all. I'm going to try to get back in the saddle and start doing my thing again, my lessons. And I thank you for your prayers and for your encouragement during the struggles I've been through this month. Well, as you all know, I had my surgery. And the surgery went well. That was on April 30th. And I stayed at my daughter's. In fact, I just got home yesterday. But the next day, I woke up and I was having chest pains. And the center where I had surgery said, get up, walk around, drink water. So I went downstairs. I did all that. Well, I ended up passing out on her floor for like 10 minutes. I was taken to the hospital. And they ended up taking me to a heart center because I was an AFib. And I was in the hospital till the following Saturday. They ran tests. They said that a lot of people get AFib, go in and out of AFib. My heart is thickened, the walls, but they said that's normal. A lot of people have that too. I'm having problems with my blood pressure dropping, so they told me to drink lots of fluids and increase my salt. And a couple other things I can't remember. Oh, walking 30 minutes a day. So it was all very scary. And it's good to be back home. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I have been going to physical therapy for my shoulder. It's still, I can kind of lift it up to here. But that's not pleasant. On June 3rd, I go for a stress test. And it's going to be the medically induced one. Because of my knees, I can't do the treadmill. I'm not real happy about that, but I know it needs to be done just to make sure everything's okay with my heart. And I have to do a sleep apnea test, too. So I'm just taking one day at a time. And when this heart issue arose, I've never had any issues with my heart. We do have heart disease in our family. It threw me for a loop. And I kind of went into a little depression and cried and scared to move. You know, if I get up and walk around, am I going to get dizzy and pass out again? And had to rewire my brain to remember to take one day at a time and deal with what happens. Don't worry about what might happen, you know, tomorrow or this afternoon even. Just take each moment as it comes. Well, I ran across a verse. In fact, someone had posted it on Facebook. And it just slapped me right between the eyes. I think the Lord knew I needed to hear this. None of us like to think about death. And especially when it comes to heart issues, it's kind of scary. And I think a lot of that is we don't want to leave our family and friends that we love so dear. And even though we know it's going to be better. Well, in Isaiah 57, 1 through 2, in the Bible, it says, good people pass away. The godly often die before their time. But no one seems to care or wonder why. No one seems to understand that God is protecting them from the evil to come. For those who follow godly paths will rest in peace. Wow. Did you hear this? No one seems to understand that God is protecting them from the evil to come. Some people pass away, babies, teenagers, all ages. No one's immune. I've lived a long, full life, and I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to become a mom, a grandma, a great-grandma, and to enjoy my family. But God is protecting us from the evil to come. And I think that's a comforting thought. And I was laying in bed for several days thinking, you know, I need comfort, I need comfort, I need comfort. And I wasn't finding it. And then I thought back to the scriptures. God is our refuge and strength in times of trouble. That's who we need to go to. Sometimes family and friends and spouses just can't do it. When you're at that spot where it's just you and God, God is the best comforter. Our true refuge is God. After his wife died, Fred felt he could endure the pain as long as he had his Monday breakfast with his buddies. His fellow retirees lifted his spirits. Whenever sadness came, Fred would think about the next time he'd enjoy their company again. Their corner table was his safe place from grief. Over time, however, the gatherings ended. Some friends became ill. Others passed away. The emptiness led Frank to seek solace in the God he met in his youth. I have breakfast by myself now, he says, but I remember to hold on to the truth that Jesus is with me, and when I leave the diner, I don't leave to face the rest of my days alone. Like the psalmist, Fred discovered the safety and comfort of God's presence. He is my refuge in whom I trust. Fred came to know safety not as a physical place to hide, but as the steadfast presence of God that we can trust and rest in. Both Fred and the psalmist found that they didn't have to face difficult days alone. We too can be assured of God's protection and help. When we turn to him in trust, he promises to respond and be with us. Do we have a safe place, a corner table we go to when life is hard? It won't last, but God will. He waits for us to go to him, our true refuge. I am finding this to be more and more true each day, because even though my daughter comforted me, my son-in-law, my husband, and I would hear it, but I was still grieving for myself, I guess is the way I could put it. But when I go to God and his word and find comfort through the scriptures, that's the best lasting prescription you can do for yourself. When life is hard, what is your safe place? How can you turn to and trust God as your refuge? Dear God, you are my safe place. Yours is the presence that will never leave me to fend for myself. Your help and protection surround me always. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Insight. No author is given for Psalm 91, and that was Psalm 91, 1 and 2, and 14 through 16. However, because verses 1 through 2 continue the theme of God as our dwelling place, introduced in Psalm 91, some scholars suggest that Moses wrote both Psalms as an exposition of Deuteronomy. The eternal God is your refuge. The psalmist warns of threats, insidious traps, deadly diseases, unexpected events, physical attacks, and disasters that endanger us. This psalm does not promise exemption from such dangers, but it assures us that there is refuge in God. Those who trust in him, who love him, and who pray to him, need not fear. Various vivid metaphors are used to describe the security and safety he provides. Shelter of the Most High and shadow of the Almighty, refuge and fortress, shield and rampant indwelling. God is our refuge in everything. When we're scared, when we're lonely, when we're down, whatever challenges we're facing from life, we must pray to the Lord to give us peace of mind, to comfort our hearts, to slow us down, to breathe, to know that we're not going to live forever. We don't know when our time is going to be up, but we mustn't live each minute in fear. We mustn't wonder, am I going to pass out today? Am I going to have to go back to the hospital? What is my test going to show? What does God tell us? Each day is sufficient in the evil thereof, right? So let's not run ahead of ourselves. I'm trying to really do that and get back into my routines again. It's hard when everything's been turned upside down for a while and you're trying to claw your way back up to where you were. So that's the little devotional for today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Today is Friday, the 24th, and I'm going to try to go for a walk today. I haven't been for a walk in a while. And just do a few things around the house and do my exercises and just keep taking one step at a time. And I'm trying to take some of my weight back off. I got my Atkins drink here. I've lost 5 pounds since my surgery, which is yay. Not a good way to lose it, but I am trying to eat more healthy. And I know when I get my weight back under control, that a lot of things go away. High blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things go away. So we need to learn to take care of ourselves, don't we? All right, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today. I'm feeling stronger today than what I felt in a long time. My hubby's still suffering from super bad migraines, and his back hurts. And so he needs some tender, loving care, which I hope to be able to provide for him with these next few weeks here. And kind of... we're getting excited because in June we're going to start looking for a dog. The doctor gave us our slip for an emotional support dog, so we don't have to pay any fees. So we're excited about adding a little dog to our family. I think it will be good for both of us. All right, you take care. Leave a comment if you'd like. And hopefully I'll be back on tomorrow with another great little devotional. You take care now. Bye-bye.